What if I told you there was once a city so dazzling, so powerful, that it was called the Queen of the East? A city where emperors ruled, saints preached, and merchants carried treasures from every corner of the world. A place that once rivaled Rome itself, yet today, most people barely know its name. This city is Antakya, once known as Antioch. A city of miracles, disasters, and secrets, buried under centuries of dust. And tonight, we're going to uncover its forgotten story. The Forgotten City. Antakya sits quietly in southern Turkey today, near the Orontes River. It feels like just another town. Colorful markets, winding streets, the smell of spices in the air. But 2,000 years ago, this was not just a town. Antioch was a world capital. Founded around 300 BC by Seleucus and Nicator, one of Alexander the Great's generals, Antioch was designed to be extraordinary from the very beginning. Wide streets, marble columns, fountains, theaters, the city glittered like a jewel. The location was perfect. It stood at the crossroads between East and West, a gateway where cultures met. Traders from Rome, Persia, India, and even China passed through its streets. Gold, silk, spices, and ideas flowed into Antioch, making it one of the richest cities on earth. Imagine standing in the great colonnaded street of Antioch, stretching for miles. Chariots rattling across stone roads, priests chanting in temples, merchants shouting prices in a dozen different languages. Antioch wasn't just alive, it was unstoppable. The rise of a giant. By the 1st century BC, Antioch had become the third largest city in the Roman Empire, after Rome and Alexandria. Some even called it the Rome of the East. But Antioch had something that made it unique: diversity. Romans, Greeks, Jews, Syrians, and many others lived side by side. It was noisy, chaotic, and full of life. Theaters staged Greek plays, Roman baths filled with gossip, markets overflowed with exotic goods. And at night, Antioch's streets lit up with lanterns, music, and laughter. It was said the city never truly slept. But wealth also brought corruption. Ancient writers described Antioch as a place of pleasure and excess. They claimed people came here not just to trade or rule, but to indulge. Whether those stories were true or exaggerated, one thing was certain: Antioch had captured the world's attention. A city of faith and miracles. Antioch wasn't just about power and wealth. It became one of the most important centers of early Christianity. According to tradition, it was in Antioch where the followers of Jesus were first called Christians. Saints Peter and Paul both preached here, and the city quickly became a hub for the new faith. But Antioch was never one-sided. Pagans, Jews, and Christians all shared space, sometimes peacefully, sometimes with tension. The city became a living laboratory of religion, where debates shaped the course of faith for centuries. And yet, Antioch's spiritual reputation also carried an air of mystery. Ancient stories spoke of visions, miracles, and prophecies born in its streets. For believers, Antioch was more than just a city. It was holy ground. Disaster strikes, but glory never lasts forever. Antioch's position near fault lines meant it was constantly threatened by earthquakes. Time and again, the city was shaken, toppled, and rebuilt. Some ancient accounts describe entire neighborhoods swallowed in minutes. In 115 AD, a massive earthquake struck while the Roman Emperor Trajan himself was visiting. Thousands died, and Antioch was left in ruins. But every time destruction came, Antioch rose again. Stubborn, resilient, unwilling to die. Still, the earthquakes were only part of the problem. Antioch also faced invasions. Persians, Arabs, crusaders, Mongols, each wave of conquerors left scars on the city. Some saw it as a prize, others as a holy mission. Antioch became a battlefield where empires clashed. And with every disaster, whether natural or human, a piece of Antioch's former glory crumbled away. The Crusader Stronghold. In 1098, during the First Crusade, Antioch became the scene of one of history's most dramatic sieges. Crusader armies surrounded the city for months, starving and desperate. Just when defeat seemed certain, legend says a mysterious discovery changed everything. A monk claimed he had found the Holy Lance, the spear that pierced Christ's side. Whether real or not, the relic gave the Crusaders hope. Inspired, they fought back and captured Antioch in a stunning reversal of fate. For nearly 2 centuries, Antioch remained a Crusader stronghold, a European kingdom planted in the heart of the Middle East. But even this era ended. In 1268, the Mamluks stormed the city, and Antioch's greatness slipped further into memory. The Ottoman era and decline. By the time the Ottomans took control in the 16th century, Antioch was only a shadow of its past. The once grand streets were quiet. The libraries were gone. The theaters and temples had collapsed into ruins. The city that once rivaled Rome was now just another provincial town. People still lived here, still traded, still prayed, but the world had moved on. Antioch was forgotten by history. Or was it? Antakya today, a city of layers. Walk through modern Antakya and you can still feel the echoes of its past. Beneath houses and streets, archaeologists have uncovered mosaics, statues, and ruins that tell stories of its golden age. The Antakya Archaeology Museum holds some of the world's most beautiful mosaics, images of gods, myths, and daily life frozen in stone. They remind us of a time when Antioch was alive with color and imagination. The city is also famous for its food, a mix of Turkish, Arabic, and Mediterranean flavors that reflect its crossroads identity. Spices from the east, olive oil from the west, all blending together just like the people who once filled its streets. And despite centuries of earthquakes and wars, Antakya remains a place of resilience. Its people carry traditions that link them directly to the city's ancient soul. The forgotten queen of the East. So what do we make of Antioch today? It's not Rome. It's not Athens. It doesn't attract millions of tourists or dominate history books, but maybe that's what makes it so fascinating. Antioch's story is not just about rise and fall. It's about survival. A city that has been destroyed, rebuilt, conquered, forgotten, and rediscovered, yet somehow still stands. And maybe that's the real mystery of Antioch. Not its lost treasures, not its vanished empires, but the simple fact that even after 2,000 years of triumph and tragedy, the spirit of this city refuses to disappear. Closing mystery question. So next time you hear about the great cities of history, remember this. Somewhere in southern Turkey lies a city that once rivaled Rome, witnessed prophets, survived crusades, and still whispers stories through its stones. The question is, how many secrets of Antioch still remain buried, waiting to be uncovered?